Hello, people of the internet. If I look tired, that's because I am, because I stayed up to an undecent hour for myself reading a book last night. And I didn't really get any other sleep this week because of different events. Like, Wednesday was Harry Potter's birthday, and per tradition, me and my sister, minus Jesse and Kathleen because they were on their way to VidCon, made a chocolate molten lava cake and celebrated Harry Potter's birthday and watched Prisoner of Azkaban. And it was wonderful. Tradition! Tradition. If anyone got that reference, 10 points for you, Glen Coco. You go, Glen Coco. Getting to the point of this video, today I will be reviewing Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs. I had been reading Beautiful Darkness, but it was getting a little bit boring, and so yesterday I went to the DMV at about 5 o'clock-ish, something like that, and I said, I'll just take this book with me. And then I sat and I read probably the first 2 chapters while I was there, and then I got home and I was supposed to be packing for my trip tomorrow, and then I just read it. And then I finished it at like 12:30, which I was trying to go to bed by 10:30, so whoops on that. But if that doesn't tell you how incredible of a book I thought this was, then nothing else will. When I love a book, I read it really, really fast, and I guess you can see how fast I devour this book, like 7 hours, something like that. That's ridiculous. I mean, it's only like 300 pages, but really. Our story follows Jacob Portman, who grew up with his grandfather telling him fantastical tales of these children that he lived in a house with on an island during the Second World War that were invisible, that had bees living inside them, and he showed him pictures of these fantastical children. Jacob eventually grows up to stop believing in what he calls fairy tales of his grandfathers. Then an incredibly crazy event happens, and he goes to the island where his grandfather spent all this time to figure out if the peculiar children exist, and finds more than he bargained for. That's about as much as I can tell you without spoiling a lot more, but it really took me for a ride. Let's get down to the review, shall we? Honestly, this book was a lot different than I was expecting it to be. I don't know what I expected, but it blew my mind. It was so crazy and so good. And for added bonus, there are old photos that Ransom Riggs has found and put in this book and kind of tied into the story, which I think is an art in itself, to find photos and tie them into the story that you're telling. That was just so cool. If you have this book and you have not read it, go read it right now. If you love sci-fi, if you love history, if you love mysteries, if you love lots of things, go read it right now. And go into it, if you can, without knowing what it's about a lot, because I think that's one of the reasons why I liked it so much, is because I didn't really know exactly what happened, and so when things happened I was just shocked and like, what is going on? Seriously. I didn't pick it up before because I thought it was going to be super, super creepy and I wasn't going to be able to sleep at night. It is creepy, but not to the extent that you can't sleep or that you have nightmares or anything, I think. Not like Walking Dead nightmares that I have. I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars just because it blew me out of the water in an unexpected way, and I know that Ransom Riggs is writing another one and I can't flipping wait because it's gonna be so good, and I can't wait to follow the story. I know I kind of fangirl hard over books, and I say go read this book right now about every book, but for reals. I'm doing reviews on all of the books that I absolutely adored, so when I say go read this, it means it's top of my list, the tippy top. That is all I have for you. See you next week. Bye. Ah, emotions. Beautiful darkness.